What do you do, y'all? It's your girl Makeup and Travel, and for today's video I am here to bring you guys a first impression, as you can see by the title. And this is going to be my first impression on 3 Kaledios products that I recently purchased. So I went ahead and picked up their Lunar Lavender palette. I also picked up their Charisma Contour palette, and I picked up their Mars Melter highlighter. These are all new products to me, and these two are new formulations to, well, this is a new formulation to my collection. I actually already have an eyeshadow palette from them, and I already have a highlighter from them. So I already knew kind of what to expect. But yeah, this is the finished look. I think it came out beautifully. And yeah, I don't want to talk too much. I have a lot of like intro stuff. I talk about the packaging and all of that jazz later. I will say that this palette came relatively quickly. I ordered it on launch day. I don't remember when the launch day was. I will put it on the screen, and I received it today, October 1st. So keep that in mind, but this is also coming from China. It had to go international. It had to go through customs, all of that. So I am overall happy with the length of time that it took to get to me. But yeah, I don't have anything else to talk about. If you're wondering what the rest of the stuff is on my face, I will have all of that stuff down below, as well as, of course, a link to my earrings and nail polish and all of that. And I will see you guys in just a second. Hey guys, so I got home and I have a very exciting package. I'm so excited. So last month I only bought 2 makeup items that I can remember. I'm pretty sure I only bought 2 makeup items, and I already talked about the one that I purchased was from Nomad Cosmetics, and this is the second one. The second one I made a purchase from Kaledios. Now I do want to talk about the packaging just really quickly because I think it is of note. This brand ships from Shanghai, China, and from there you just had like a plastic baggie. You had this pretty heavy duty plastic container wrapped around this baby. And then we had the packaging inside. So inside, it was pretty heavily packaged. You get 2 things of styrofoam. The one is on top of all the goodies, and then the other is on the bottom. And I actually ended up buying their bundle. There was a bundle where you could get an eyeshadow palette, a contour kit, and a highlighter. And I actually wanted one of everything, so I figured, why not get the bundle, save whatever the amount of money was. And then I also did go ahead and use, I believe I used Aunt Jessica's discount code as well on top of this. So let's get some closer lookings at everything that I picked up. So like I said, I got a highlighter, and I ended up getting the Mars Melter highlighter, which is their only formulation. And this is the outside packaging. Let's put the autofocus on real quick. Sorry in advance. So this is the outside packaging, really nice. I will say there is no mirror. I'm pretty sure my other one that I have from them, their other highlighter, it does have a mirror, so just keep that in mind. There is a black styrofoam, and then there is also like a clear cover on top. So pretty good with the packaging. I don't believe anything came damaged, which I'm really like excited and happy about. And this is what the highlighter looks like. So you can't really see much of it right now, but I can promise you that I believe it's going to look really nice. From all the swatching that I saw, I think I'm going to be very excited about this highlighter. I also went ahead and got, like I said, the contour palette, and this one is the Charisma Contour palette. Really nice packaging. I really enjoy the way that all the stuff came packaged, and you open it. It's kind of like a book. It tells you that this is the warm and deep color scheme, and it says it's simple yet sophisticated shadow play, and then it tells you what each product is supposed to do. So you're supposed to have a fill, a shade, and a chisel. So this is the outside packaging. There is a mirror in this one. There is a clear plastic that has the same words, fill, shade, and chisel. And then this is the actual palette. So this is a lot a lot darker than I was expecting. And honestly, because it's so dark and I'm just so excited after I looked in this palette, that's why I'm filming today, because I did not plan to film this. I actually planned to do a Halloween look, but I saw this and I was like, I need to look with this. Also in the back of this, it also has like your steps. So there's some steps in both Chinese and English, in case you are wondering. And on the back of this, you have the ingredients and all of that jazz. Okay, last thing I purchased, like I said, was the eyeshadow palette. This is their Lunar Lavender. This is from their most recent collection, and this is the one that really made me spark to actually purchase from them again. So like I said, this is the outside packaging. Really nice, cool. You open it up like this, and this is the Futurism, I guess, 6 palette. Really, really pretty, sorry. And in the inside, it says makeup on the bright side. So that's fun. And then, like I said, this is the packaging. This packaging I need to give you guys an up close look at. This is outstanding. And this is the back. Okay, and then this is the actual palette. So this is the palette. And I will say, they are still putting the names on this little plastic. I only have one of their other palettes, and I can say I hated that little plastic thing, but it's okay. I feel like I didn't show you guys a close-up, so let me just go ahead and show you guys a close-up of these packagings really quickly. Like I said, this is the contour palette. And then let me just show you a close-up of the highlighter palette in case you have not seen that before. Or the highlighter palette, the highlighter. Okay, so I have my base down, and I will have everything down below. But I figured we would do, of course, the bronzer and everything on camera with you guys. So first I need to find a bronzer brush that is not dirty. Okay, I just cleaned my bronzer brushes, so I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my Sonia G. This is the Face Pro. Oh, I didn't think about it. Okay, so I already set my under eyes, but we can still manage this situation. So I'm gonna clean my brush off with this Sephora spray very, very quickly. Okay, so my brush is pretty much clean now. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go ahead and go into that fill shade, which they want you to use as like basically a highlighter. And I'm going to do it on one side. In person, I see a slight difference, but not very, very much. It might just be the brush that I'm using. The brush is bigger than the actual, oh, autofocus off. It might just be the brush that I'm using because the brush is bigger than, like, you know, the actual pan in this instance. But I don't see a huge difference. Maybe in the camera. I feel like the camera is definitely giving guys a lot more brightness. Either way, I do enjoy that shade, and I think I will get some use out of it just because you guys know me. I love a cheek palette. Okay, so the darkest one and the biggest one, that's supposed to, where's the little thing? That's supposed to be Chisel, right? Chisel is the bronzer, shade is the contour. Okay, so let's do shade, which I don't contour like that. So I don't really have any contour brushes. You know what? Let's go ahead and use, I'm gonna use this and we're gonna see if it works. So this is my Sonia G Sculpt 1. So I'm gonna go into the middle shade, which is supposed to be like the contour shade. There is definitely kick up, so keep that in mind, but this is also a natural haired brush. So it might just be different. I didn't pick up, I'm trying not to pick up too much, but I'm also getting a lot of products. So that is it. Y'all can see that, right? And I did not pick up much at all. So we are just going to try and just pick up all of the product that picked up. Holy butterball. Okay, so there's no way you guys cannot see that. And I actually decided to use a clear, not a clear, I used my Fenty, what's it called? My Fenty powder today, just so that my Kat Von D didn't mess with my complexion at all. I find that sometimes it will mess with my complexion and make me a little bit darker than I actually am. And so it's harder to see the bronzer. Okay, so this is it with just the bronzer, and I also have the under eye. I think that, end up just the bronzer. This is the contour. I'm sorry. This is definitely a good, nice contour. I would say honestly, if you are 3-4 shades darker than me, I feel like this will easily work for you. I'm just going to use that brush that I had, the fill shade, and just kind of lighten her up, because she's a little something. Okay, she's a little something. Okay, now we're going to go into my Sonia G. So now that I know that this product is very, very pigmented, I'm just going to try and lightly cover up this brush. And there is some product on there. There's not too much. I'm hoping that's good. Okay, let's go. Oh, holy crap. Okay, all right. Okay. So this is contour, bronzer, and the fill shade. This is just contour and the fill shade. What I will say is that those two shades are definitely deep. I hope you guys can see. I can't tell how much you guys can see it. Okay, so I just went ahead and finished up the rest of my face with that, what is it called? What do they call it? The chisel shade. And what I will say is that this is definitely not, in my opinion, an overly warm bronzer. So if you are somebody who wants a bronzer that is neutral to cool-ish, I would say this is definitely a bronzer for you. If you love a warm toned bronzer, sis just ain't handling. It's not happening. Now, yeah, I mean, these are all very pigmented shades. I would say these two are definitely more pigmented than this one. But like I said, it might just be the brush. I was trying to get this brush into this small pan. So I will definitely try around. I have a couple other brushes that may work a little bit better with just picking up this product. But from first impressions, you can see it on my face, which is why you saw me going over my whole face with this brush, because this brush had the fill shade and it's like the lightener shade. So that is that. I'm definitely happy with that application. I'm actually more intrigued now because I know Karen Harris uploaded a video with this collection and I'm pretty sure she bought the middle compact. I'm very curious now if I would be able to pull off the middle compact and if I would prefer those shades on my complexion, because these were so richly pigmented and deep. Not mad about it at all. I'm actually very happy that these are so deep, because I was so sad that like their blush duos did not cater towards darker skins. But I will tell you, they learned and they took criticism, and these are, well, at least this is deep. I would say I don't know if it's, I'm gonna give this, I'm gonna say this. I feel as though in my summer shade, these would still work for me. Now I don't have the foundation shades anymore. So well, I do have a dark foundation. I might try it on my dark foundation off camera and see, because I would be very intrigued to see if this works on me in the summer, because that's just, it's nice. Okay, now we're gonna stop blabbering, we're gonna keep going. So next is the highlighter, and I need to find a highlighter brush. Okay, I'm just gonna go for a clean highlighter brush, and like I said, I have this Mars Melter highlighter, and we are just going to apply this highlighter. Oh yeah, exactly what I wanted, exactly what. Okay, so can you guys see? Can you guys see that? So it is red to purple. It's a reddy purple. I'm gonna bring it up over my brow. We're gonna put it everywhere that I highlight. This feels like a different formula to me than my other Kaledios highlighter. I feel like my other one was more glittery, whereas this one's a lot more smooth. And it just has the duochrome to it. There's no real glitter, which I'm not mad at. I like both a glittery highlighter and just a normal highlighter, but I did just want to note that. So this is exactly what I thought it was gonna be. Like I said, it's a reddy, purpley highlighter, and I will just go ahead and swatch it for you guys, just so that you guys can see it. And can you see the shift? I don't think you can. Okay, so I'm trying to show the shift. I think you guys can kind of see it. It's very, very pretty. Very, very pretty. I'll try and get it and maybe get a Instagram photo for you guys, but I like it on my base tremendously. Okay, so we're already zoomed in. Actually, let me come in just a wee bit closer. And we're gonna throw on my Nomad Cosmetics primer. Oh, wow. Did I really just do that? I'm really going through something today. Okay, so this is a pretty simple palette, but it's beautiful. So, so beautiful. And I'm very, very excited. So let's get some brushes. We're gonna keep going to my clean brushes. So first I think I'm gonna go ahead and go into the light purple shade. And this mirror, in case you guys are wondering, is effective for doing your eyeshadow. It's clean and it's clear enough and it's wide enough that you can see your whole face, or at least I can. I'm just gonna use that same brush. Oh gosh, sorry. And we're gonna take the darker purple, and that is just gonna go on my outer edge. Or outer transition, whichever you prefer. And I'm just going to start to loop this at the bottom of my lash line. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so we're gonna go in for a brush that's tighter than that one. And now we're gonna use the other two mattes. So we're gonna take the lighter of the two brownie shades. And this is going to be my actual crease in the inner. I'm liking this. And then on my outer V, I'm gonna go into the darker brown in this palette. Oh. And just like the purples, I'm just gonna lightly blend, and I think it did tremendous. Can you? That's the closest we can get. Okay. Wow. I'm loving this look so far. Absolutely loving it. Okay, so only two shades left. We have the two metallics, and this is a duochrome. This is a blue to purple shift, and this is just a light icy purple. So my eyes can barely see, but we gonna get there. We gonna get there. Okay, so I'm gonna take just a flat shader brush, and we are gonna take the duochrome shade, and I am gonna go ahead and put, I had the hardest time trying to find my next glitter glue. Okay, so we are just gonna go ahead and apply some glitter glue to my eye. And I'm doing this for no reason other than I just want to actually see all of the shades in my crease, and I want this to be a really nice clean cut situation. So now what I'm going to do is go back into that last brush that I had, into that dark brown, and we're just going to apply some brown on the outer edge. Good to go. Then we're going to take that brush that I used, and we're going to go into that duochrome, like I said, and this is going to go right all over my lid. Oh my gosh. That is absolutely stunning. Let's go ahead and finish up this lower lash line. So I am just going to go ahead and continue to put this dark brown across my lower lash line, the outer part. Then I'm going to go ahead and take the lighter brown and put that across the inner part, right on my lower lash line. Nope, it's not doing anything. We're going to go back into that dark and just go all over. All the way over. Okay. And then we are going to go into the darker purple, and that's going to be the shade that I use to just blend out the whole lower lash line. And in my inner corner, we are going to put that last metallic shade. Wow. This is a very nice look. Can you guys see? Am I even in focus? So yeah, this is a really, really nice look. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my face and do my other eye, and I'll come back to you guys so you guys can see the finished look. Alrighty guys, so this is the finished look. I must say, I am very, very happy with my purchase thus far. This is only a first impressions, but this is a very successful first impressions. Okay, so let's start off with the first product that I tested out, which is the contour palette. Now, this is supposed to be a warm and deep contour palette. To me and on me, I did not feel like it was necessarily all that warm. Now, this, from what I can tell, is supposed to be the bronzer shade. This is supposed to be the contour shade, and this is supposed to be more of the under eye setting powder shade. In my opinion, and even like if I'm looking at the palette, this is actually a warmer shade overall than this. So I will be testing this palette out a lot more and seeing if like I would prefer this to be my actual bronzer. I also think it is definitely something to note that this product may be too deep for me, and that might be why I'm not getting the warmth and the difference that I should be getting. So I will definitely be looking into potentially going ahead and getting the second shade, which is the tan shade in this collection. Like I said, I will be looking at Karen Harris's video to see if she got that shade, and if she did, I want to see what it looks like on her complexion, and based on that, I may go ahead and get the tan shade in this line to see if that's going to work better on me. And if that does, that really shows me the range that this collection, this particular collection and like product has. So super, super excited, really nicely pigmented, blendable, all of that jazz. But because I'm not getting the warmth that I feel I should be getting from this palette, I'm looking into the tan one. Then I have the Mars Melter. This is exactly what I wanted. Exactly what I wanted. This is a reddy, pinky, purpley highlighter. Exactly what I was looking for. Very, very happy I got this. Yes. And then the last thing, of course, that I showed you guys is the eyeshadow palette. Now, I have been, I feel, one of the most critical people when it comes to judging Kaledios's formula. I only had one palette prior, and it was their VR Neon palette. I thought the palette was good originally. I recently just went back and retested it, and I think it's good. I think it really is good. It's not my favorite formula, but I like this formula. So like I was saying, in that time that I went back and retested it, it might have been the fact that it's neons. So neons tend to be a little bit more tricky to formulate, trickier to blend, apply, and they tend to be, in my opinion, thinner. I feel as though this is a thicker formula overall, and it's more blendable, and it's also more pigmented. I love this dark shade. It's nice and deep, and for it to really deepen up on my complexion, that means something, because I find that there are a lot of palettes that it may have this color scheme and it may look like it's going to be deep, but when I put it on, I'm like, where's the pigment? Where's the depth? I don't feel like I need to put a black in. Now, I'm not saying I won't. I may go ahead and put a black on in this when I use this like future, just like for me, but I'm saying if I wanted this collection and I wanted this color scheme and I just wanted a nice dark rich brown to deepen up these purples, you can do it if you're my complexion with this shade. I enjoy all of the shades in this palette. Even this very light purple, I think it's beautiful. I think out of all of these shades, if I could get rid of one, it would be this one, just because it doesn't do much, especially when you're talking about deepening. I think at the most for me, this shade would be a good eyebrow brow bone highlight, that. I think that's the most that I will really use that shade for, because I don't really tend to use browns as transition shades anymore. Overall, would I recommend these products in this collection? I would. I'm very, very happy with the usage and I'm very happy with the products as of right now. I will be testing these out. I may even try and do a multi-look video with this. I don't know how many looks I'm going to be able to go with, but let's have some fun. Let's see what happens. So definitely comment down below if you guys want to see some more reviews. Definitely comment down below if you want to see the tanned version of this on my complexion. I am strongly looking into it, as long as strongly in looking into getting some more of these palettes now that I've tried this one. So we will see what happens. But that's all I got for you guys today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do know Black Lives Matter. Please stay safe. Please continue to wear a mask. Please vote. And I will see you